Stocks. My name is Jameel. This is part 5 of 5, the last of the print run, baby. What we're going to talk about today is simply the fact that we should be enjoying what is ahead of us. So cards are somewhat insignificant sometimes, but for the hobby community, there's so much to be thankful for looking into this event. We have not had a national event for 2 years, right? Looking back at the card world, right? Cards were nothing at that point, right? They were nothing compared to where we're at now. And it's crazy to think because in 2019, cards were everything to me. And to think how much they were worth and the fun it was. And now, fast forwarding, how everything has blown up. How so many people have got involved. I remember in 2019, Gary Vee, setting up and just his world, whether you like him or you hate him, but just his world, right? And how many people were kind of getting into cards at that time, and the young people that he had got involved in this, and just seeing the excitement then, to think what would have been like if we had a national a year ago in Atlantic City, right? The party is about to start with so many people coming together to simply enjoy cards. We do this because we love it. We love ripping. We love trading. We love buying and selling. We love hearing the stories. We love the people who are involved in this. We love the excitement it brings, the healthy anxiety that it brings, the anticipation that it brings, the peace of mind that it brings, to remove yourself and retreat, to put a set together, right? To hunt those cards on eBay to make that rainbow. That is what is the National. Now, I am talking strictly about cards. There are memorabilia, autograph guests, comics, I'm sure, Pokemon, gaming, all that. But just for sports cards in itself have really changed. We have come such a long way. We have built such a gathering, right? Such a force of people, whether it be famous or non-famous people, right? There are so many people out there now who are just truly infatuated with cards, which is cool, right? I can't wait to meet many of you guys and really just catch up, to think about my roots, from blowout cards and sports card forum and some of those people that I made friends with 10, 15 years ago. Think about the people that I've met at the National, domestically and internationally. To think about the people that I've got to rub elbows with, with breaks or sold product to or bought product to or product from, or maybe it's the people that other card shops that I've gotten to know and they've helped me and kind of given me that advice to start 3 years ago. That is what the National is. It's the culmination of all that. And for us to be excited is an understatement. The National isn't really just a card show. I think a lot of people think, oh, it's just another show. And I know for this year, we've got too many of them. It is something very unique and special. And it's really what the hobby is all about. Card shows, social gathering, getting together and trading and talking cards, and more importantly, talking sports in these little 2.5 by 3.5 rectangles. But one thing I will encourage you all to do, network with people and get people's info. Spend some time with people, get to know people at the National. But if you can have conversations, or maybe you're just at another booth and you're looking at cards, those are the best kinds of conversations. You get jokes going, talk about cards. Make sure you are making that personal connection with people in the hobby, because that's what's going to be long-standing. It's not going to be about the cards you got a great deal on. That's always going to be there, trust me. But the bigger thing is the people that you're going to meet and the people that you're going to build relationships with for a long time. Make sure you're getting people's info. Make sure you're getting shops infos out there. You're learning about all the cool card shops across the country. Make sure you're following people on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. All the people that are doing vlogs out there. That's kind of a new world. But what's cool about that is it's documenting history, right? It's documenting things that are happening. Spend some time, talk to these people. Maybe they'll interview you or they'll put you in their vlog. Maybe you can tell them your experience about the National. What's cool about that is that you get an opportunity, a small opportunity, to kind of just, say, what, I was there. Make sure you spend some time and maybe they'll feature you in one of their videos or something. One thing I would say too is take a moment, step back, and appreciate the hard work that is the National. Not the show in general. I mean, that's its own entity of how hard it's been put together. Appreciate the hard work of the companies, right? The manufacturers that actually make these cards. Appreciate the hard work that the graders put in to pumping out tens of thousands of cards at the event. Appreciate what these dealers and collectors have brought to the National for you to see, for you to purchase, for you to look at, take pictures of. Because in a way, it's a hobby. But if you were to put together some really cool car and talk about that car, all that hard work, it's featured into this performance beast of a car, right? There's always a payoff and appreciation for that hobby. I think in sports cards and cards in general, the appreciation is the culmination of look at what I've been able to obtain, collect, find, assemble, and to see that. I mean, sometimes you just forget how much time is put into this. That's one other thing I'd encourage you guys to do is be appreciative. Be appreciative for what you have. I know every day I look back at some of these high-end cards that we have, and I'm thinking, man, how did this happen? You know, how am I able to have these things? And I'm very thankful for that. That's why I want to, you know, I enjoy these events, is trading and selling, trying to have those things get passed on. I would encourage you to take a moment to just step back and enjoy and appreciate, you know, the time spent, craftsmanship, if you will, of what the National is. And then lastly, spend some time outside your box. You're there for business. I get it. A lot of you are there to buy and sell. Some of you are there for pleasure. Some of you are there for a little mix of it. You know, maybe talking to people out of the blue, or you know, giving a card to a kid, or just doing something outside the box, going to a game with some strangers at the show that you met for the first time, downtown Chicago, see the White Sox or the Cubs play, or whatever it might be, right? You know, do these things. Go out to dinner with some folks maybe that you don't really, maybe you met them at the show, or maybe some people you know from across the country. You know, I can think of some stories that I could share. I don't want to be too sentimental, but you know, I remember there was a guy I met who just shared with me one time at the show. He said, you know, my son died in a car accident a couple years ago, and I just do this every day to remember him. You know, and I would have never have known that unless I talked to that guy. He says, you know, I'm doing this for us. This is our collection. You know, it's a memory of him. And I think about those kinds of things in the card world. You know, earlier this year, we had an opportunity to just help a family who tragically, you know, they lost their daughter and their granddaughter, niece and sister. Got to be a part of that with Panini and myself, and just going beyond cards to appreciate that family, bless that family, help those people. I know Aaron is putting together something really, really unique for Camp Kesselm. If you don't know about it, go be a part of that event. I don't forget which night it is. Kentucky basketball cards, Jimmy and Ryan from Card Collector 2 are throwing a trade night that they don't really, you know, they get sponsorships and all that stuff, but they want it to be free in the form of advancing the hobby. They just announced PJ Washington's going to be there signing autographs for free. You know, what I'm getting at is make sure you embrace the time that you have. I think this past, you know, year has shown us and taught us that nothing is promised. You know, lifestyles can change, and the life that we think we have can change in a matter of months with the coronavirus. So enjoy the National. It's here, guys and gals. Spend some time with people, and don't forget, you know, how lucky we are. Just for example, I can think of my international friends can't make it to this trip, can't get into our country for this trip, whatever, you know, the stipulation is, and yet we have the ability to gather and to do this, you know. So not only are we blessed in America, we're blessed to be able to attend this show, and I don't think that that's too harsh of a statement to you guys out there to say to embrace it and be thankful for it. You know, this is why we've been here to gather and enjoy these things, which is, you know, always boils down to the people that make it up. I'll stop my rambling. I will see you all at the National. Again, this is the hot corner, we're calling it. Bunch of card shops here in this area back here. As you can see, you can follow my Instagram, shop Meelypops, follow our Twitter as well, and we'll have a lot of postings about this. But come see us if you get a chance. We'll have our big Meelypops banner out. We'll have all of our team out there, our breaking team. We'll have all of our, you know, folks that are involved with the shop, working it. My father and all the folks in the shop, people who help me with Meelypops madness. And I just think about like how I get a chance to share all of that. These people, these awesome people, with everybody at the National, and that's just one tiny little booth. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that puts a bow on it. This has been a fun little series for me to do, these 5 parts. Hopefully you've gained something from it. Go back and watch them if you haven't seen them all. We talked about a lot of different things as we prepare for the National, and hopefully, you know, my 5-6 years experience in this can impart something to you so you make it more enjoyable and use your time wisely at this incredible event. We won't have Mealy Stocks for a couple weeks, as you know, I'll be in Chicago. I won't be able to make a Mealy Stocks here in this little makeshift studio we have, but be looking for some things to come at the end of 2021 into 2022, as we will be moving into some more extra space and we'll have a new studio soon, so should be fun with that. That's all I have to say, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you, and if you can't make the National, make sure you comment in below. Let us know you'd want to be there. We want to hear about it. I will see you, my friends, at the 2021 Chicago National in Rosemont.